Coming up on Fulton today, county commissioners call a special meeting on the 2013 budget recommendations. We'll tell you what they came up with. And another international delegation visits the county with hopes of bolstering economic ties. Fulton Today is next.
From the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, you're watching Fulton Today with Shania Chavis.
Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis. It is numbers crunching time for county commissioners. The board held its first special meeting to talk about the budget recommendations for 2013, a budget they all agree that has to be much leaner than in years past. FGTV's Tiffany Harlow has our report.
So now it's time to ensure that we're addressing the issues that have been identified.
It was a packed fourth-floor conference room at the Fulton Government Center in downtown Atlanta. The majority of the commissioners were at the table, as were the county manager, finance director, and a host of other county leaders and top staff. The focus of the discussion was the 2013 budget recommendations as presented by County Manager Zachary Williams.
What we wanted to convey to the commissioners is that 2013 is going to continue in terms of our challenges that we've been facing over the past 4, going on 5 years with the economy. So what we wanted to stress is that there will be some tough decisions to make, and we want to advise the board early so that when we begin the development of the 2013 budget, there's no surprises.
The first two glaring realizations were the 2012 general fund projections and the 2013 fund balance outlook. The bottom line showed an over $30 million deficit projection for next year. Slide after slide highlighted recommendations for how to potentially address the budget shortfall. Everything from consolidating state and superior courts administration functions to eliminating jail outsourcing and possibly consolidating county health clinics with the Grady Health System.
Our next steps are going to be continuing to refine data, reaching out to some of our current partners and reaching out to try to find new partnerships so that when we develop the 2013 budget, we can leverage our funds with those of not-for-profit communities, municipal governments, as well as other authorities and other pseudo-governmental agencies.
After hearing the presentation, Fulton commissioners asked for more information on some of the recommendation ideas. They say they want to see what they call the true savings in each recommendation before they make a final decision in 2013. Reporting from downtown Atlanta, I'm Tiffany Harlow for FGTV.
All right, thank you very much. Meanwhile, your input is needed on how millions of dollars in federal grants will be spent. Housing and Community Development is holding a series of hearings this month on their 2013 annual action plan. Each year, Fulton receives HUD dollars for programs like the Community Development Block Grants, Home Investment Partnerships, and the Emergency Shelter Grants. Citizen input is an important part of the process.
We just want to know what the citizens have on their minds. The citizens will be able to tell us what their priority needs are and how we should go about the steps identifying how we should spend our anticipated money that we're going to receive for next year in the county.
Hearings are scheduled for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week and will continue until mid-September. Copies of the county's documents are on display at select libraries, senior facilities, and the North and South Service Centers. You can mail or fax your comments to the Government Center or Lolita Collins. Public input on the use of these funds must be submitted to HUD by the 1st of October. Meanwhile, in other county news,
I want to apologize to this board. I want to apologize to the Board of Registration and Elections and the voters of this county.
Fulton County's top elections official assures the Board of Commissioners that the November election will run much smoother than the July 31st primary election. Sam Westmoreland gave the board an update on some of the issues that occurred during and after Election Day last month. Westmoreland, who was appointed by the Board of Registration and Elections, cited redistricting issues along with human error for some of the challenges his department faced. He vowed that county voters would have a better Election Day experience in November.
It's my pledge to you that I'm going to see, if you allow me, to see this November election through, and it is going to be an election that you can be proud of.
Commissioners requested an official evaluation of the July election and an action plan for the November election. During the presidential election in 2008, a record number of Fulton County voters cast ballots. Now, current business owners can get invaluable information on opportunities in Fulton through its Economic Development Division. As the largest and most populous county in the state, the county is a growing financial, legal, and entertainment center. The Economic Development Division can help you with business recruitment, creation, and development.
Businesses need all the help that they can in order to meet the requirements to make new investments. Our job is in getting businesses to invest so that we can collect the taxes that those businesses pay and that they can also employ people from Fulton County from which income is generated and from which taxes are also paid.
You can also get information on tax incentives, exemptions, and other resources to help you grow your business.
Essentially, we use the website to connect with the 14 communities inside Fulton County. We have 14 communities, including in unincorporated South Fulton, and each one has a website that talks about what goes on inside of those jurisdictions. We connect the public that come to our website to those individual websites based on their interest in a particular area.
The Economic Development Division is also upgrading its website to offer even more interactive resources like real estate inventories, GIS maps, and webinars. You can get more information on the department on the county's website. Meanwhile, the Economic Development Division is also a conduit to overseas investment. FGTV's Lynn Vaughn has the report now on a recent visit of a trade delegation from the Caribbean.
Sonia, the Prime Minister of St. Kitts Nevis, that's 2 islands but 1 country, had a twofold purpose for visiting us here at Government Center. He's seeking investment in his country, but he also wanted to study our county form of government.
I'm getting famous, yes.
As Prime Minister Denzel Douglas admired the Wall of Fame in Host Commissioner Rob Pitt's office, he was later assured his photo would be added.
We got a spot already picked out for you.
This was Dr. Douglas's 3rd visit to Atlanta. The first came in 1990. He was here to meet Nelson Mandela as the South African hero toured the United States.
And then I was back here in 1996 when St. Kitts and Nevis first competed in the Olympics. And as the Prime Minister, I was thrilled to visit Atlanta for the 2nd time to see my home team participate in Olympics for the very first time.
But the goal of this trip was to invite businesses looking to expand to do so in his country.
I believe that coming to Atlanta is one of the important areas that we can begin to attract new investment opportunities for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. And so this particular trip has been one to bring new investment opportunities into St. Kitts and Nevis.
And I met you in the 1990s when I traveled to St. Kitts as a guest of Ernest Aingree.
Oh, my God.
Yes. It was an honor to give the Prime Minister a tour of our FGTV studios. We explained it is one certain method the county has of ensuring residents get accurate information. Now again, to grow your business or to get help starting one, contact our Economic Development Division. That's FultonEconDev.org, or just log on to FultonCountyGA.gov. In Government Center, downtown Atlanta, I'm Lynn Vaughn, FGTV.
All right, thank you very much, Lynn. Still to come on Fulton today, the county offers assistance to current and former veterans. We'll tell you what they're offering and much more in our district-by-district coverage next.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Another big music festival is planned for South Fulton's state-of-the-art music venue, and North Fulton veterans learn all about the county resources available for them. Here's this week's district-by-district coverage.
We begin in District 1 with Chairman John Eves and the Global Youth Leadership Program. The study abroad opportunity sends students on international field trips to learn about different cultures. An orientation about the program was held earlier this month.
One of our charges as a county government is to work with young people. And so we brought the concept of providing our best and our brightest and our youngest with the opportunity of having an international experience.
Since the program was started 5 years ago, the student ambassadors have traveled to Germany, Brazil, and China.
It's cool that Fulton County has a partnership with Brazil that Chairman Eves has already kind of worked out, so it'll be good to be able to partner with them on different projects, as well to see a different area of Brazil than the program did last time.
To find out more information about the Global Youth Leadership Program, call 404-612-8206. In District 3, where Commissioner Liz Hausman reaches out to assist U.S. Army veterans, the Commissioner hosts an educational forum to alert the public about resources that are available to vets and their families.
As we know, a lot of our veterans are newly returning to the U.S., and there's a lot of needs that they have when they try to adjust back to civilian life. So we wanted to make sure that the county was aware of this need and coordinated some of the resources in the community through the federal government, the Veterans Affairs Office, and our Behavioral Health Department, so that when veterans return to Fulton County, that if they need some help, that we're there for them.
Veterans organizations like Braveheart, the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs, and Veterans Heart Georgia inform the public about their services. According to the Center for American Progress, more than 1 million veterans are at risk of becoming homeless. Commissioner Hausman joined former military veteran Bill Lusk to honor fallen veterans back in May. For more information, call 404-613-1661. Meanwhile, in District 5, the focus on improving and reducing asthma continues. An asthma improvement and reduction seminar helps residents identify the signs of asthma and manage a healthy environment.
I grew up with asthma, and somewhere along the way I grew out of it, or I don't have them as regular and it's bad. I don't know I'm having one until I'm at the hospital and they're telling me. But my grandson suffered with it. And seeing him as a baby with asthma, I noticed all the equipment that they have gotten now, how things have advanced, the medication and stuff for asthma.
The Fulton Asthma Improvement and Reduction Initiative is headed by Commissioner Darnell in an effort to address asthma-related disparities in Fulton County. According to Fulton County health officials, the largest asthma-related death rates take place in Districts 5, 6, and 7. This Adamsville education session is the third one in a series created by Fulton County Health and Wellness. In District 7, Fulton County's Wolf Creek Amphitheater will host their 5th music festival. A Labor Day music festival will take place on September 1st. Music artists like Fantasia, Tony Terry, and Joe will perform at the event. It's become the premier concert venue in South Metro.
All the artists that I've had to come out to Wolf Creek and all of the promoters that I've had from across the country to visit Wolf Creek have all been in awe of that green room. Mm-hmm. The dressing rooms are equally as impressive. There is nothing that you could not need in a dressing room to get prepared and ready for a concert. So once again, I've talked to a lot of artists and they've all stated, please book me at Wolf Creek.
The venue sits on 435 acres in South Fulton County that can hold 5,200 guests. For more information about the calendar of events, log on to www.wolfcreekamphitheater.com. With this week's District by District coverage, I'm J.F. Franklin.
Thank you very much. Now you can catch more of your commissioners at work all this week with the rebroadcast of the Board of Commissioners meeting right here on FGTV. And still to come, fighting whooping cough. Stay with us.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Portions of the following segment are part of the Fulton County Common Ground Initiative. Common Ground, the county's comprehensive solution to the problem of health disparities in the community.
The Health Services Division is taking aim at the growing number of whooping cough cases. It's the focus of this week's Common Ground report. The Georgia Department of Public Health has documented nearly 100 cases of whooping cough in the metro Atlanta area in the first half of the year, compared to just 51 cases during the same time last year. Dr. Matthew McKenna is here now to tell us all about this situation. Doctor, welcome back to Fulton today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, whooping cough hasn't been a problem in the U.S. for some 50 years. Why is there a resurgence?
You're absolutely right. There was not a problem with whooping cough for decades in the United States because of a very effective vaccination. However, that vaccination had some significant side effects. So about 10 or 15 years ago, a newer vaccine was developed that had much fewer side effects. It's the one we use today, and it's very effective. However, we're beginning to see that the effects of that vaccine seem to wear off after about 5 to 10 years. So what is happening is people who were vaccinated 10 years ago are now more susceptible to getting whooping cough. And then, more importantly, they're spreading it to other people, such as small infants and children.
And doctor, tell us, who is at greatest risk?
What we're seeing is whooping cough occurring a lot in school-age kids and early adolescents. Matter of fact, the average age of the cases we're seeing is about 13 years of age. Like I talked about before, that's after the vaccine has worn off and these kids are in school and being exposed to it, and then coming home and giving it to their sometimes grandmoms and parents. The people we're most worried about, however, with this condition are infants, little babies less than a year of age, who, one, are very susceptible to the pneumonia associated with whooping cough, and secondly, haven't had all their vaccinations. They're the ones most at risk of having major side effects, including dying from this particular type of pneumonia.
And then what should be done to protect the most vulnerable?
The way we can try to protect them is by what we call cocooning, making sure everyone around a baby has been vaccinated. That's why the people were most interested in getting vaccinated with the new vaccine called Tdap is people who live at home with an infant or pregnant women. And we are really recommending they get vaccinated in the second or third trimester of their pregnancy so that their immunity is very strong by the time the baby's born. That passes on immunity to the baby and also helps protect the baby so that mom doesn't get sick as well.
Doctor, can you explain to people how they should know whether or not a persistent cough is whooping cough?
The classic symptoms of whooping cough are a series of coughs. We call them almost paroxysms, almost like a seizure of coughs that people have, and then a very fast inhalation. That's where the whoop comes from, as a person inhales after the cough. Actually, though, you only see that in about half of cases. The most remarkable thing is a cough that just will not go away. That's why we're recommending anyone who has a persistent cough that lasts more than 2 weeks, go see their doctor.
Doctor, is the Tdap vaccine available at all county health centers?
We are making the vaccine available at all the health centers. We recommend that people call the main county information line, 404-612-4000, to find out where the closest health center is to them. And the Tdap booster that we're recommending everybody get is available at all of our 8 health centers where we give vaccinations.
All right, Dr. Matthew McKenna, always great information. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me. It was great to be here to talk about this important subject.
Now, as the doctor said, you can get the whooping cough booster shot at any of the county's 8 health centers. Find a location online or call the Health Services Division at 404-612-1211 for more information. If your troubled teenage child may need some help staying on track this school year, Fulton's Clubhouse for Youth may be able to help. The newly renovated clubhouse is open after school and on Saturdays. It offers activities like sports, video games, foosball, and media classes. But young people can also get counseling along with homework, GED, and job preparation assistance.
The clubhouse is a unique setting. It's not based in a clinic. It's freestanding, so the kids don't feel the stigma that comes with coming to treatment. They have the opportunity to come in and relax before group starts. They get to kick off their shoes, take a nap if it's been a long day at school. We just make it very youth friendly, so they feel like they're at home.
Only Fulton County teens 14 to 17 years old are eligible, but they must have a substance use or abuse problem. In addition, they can be diagnosed with depression or ADHD, plus the substance abuse. There are education group sessions for parents, and transportation can be provided. Now, the Clubhouse for Youth is located on Delow Drive in Atlanta. It's open from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, and from 10 to 6 on Saturdays. The program manager will be happy to answer any questions that you might have. You can call or send an email to the office at the address on the screen. If your child is planning on playing any sports activities this year, they need to have a sports physical. Georgia law requires that all students have a complete physical before they participate in a sport. County physicians can help identify health problems that could interfere with physical activity.
It's important for students to have a physical before they play sports in school to ensure that they're physically fit and they have been cleared by their private provider or physician okaying them to play sports. Also, the Georgia High School Athletic Association requires that all students participating in sports have a complete physical exam.
Sports physicals are offered year-round at teen clinics around the county. Clinics are located at the Dunbar Teen Center and the Adamsville and College Park Health Centers. The fee for sports physicals is $50. Medicaid and Peachcare are accepted. And still to come, how do toddlers start off their school years? We'll explain when we come back.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Fulton County Art Centers are preparing for the fall season. Registration is now open for classes including dance, theater, painting, drawing, and printmaking. Youth and adults are encouraged to apply for the 8-week session. It begins on September 18th.
I think this is a great opportunity for community members to continue education in the arts. It's a great way to get out and meet new people in your community, and we do offer classes for all ages.
Contact each center directly for exact times and prices. The Fulton County Arts and Culture Division operates 4 art centers. They're focused to encourage creativity in the communities, make the arts accessible, and provide art opportunities for traditionally underserved populations. Now, you can get more information at fultonarts.org. And finally, kindergarten is a big step for many youngsters, and many are welcoming the challenge. Look out, kindergarten, here I come. A workshop for 5-year-olds entering kindergarten took place at the OC Library. The children participated in story time and an arts and crafts activity.
This program, Look Out Kindergarten, Here I Come, is geared toward kindergarteners who are just starting kindergarten, to give them a little intro to kindergarten and to generate their interest and kind of decrease their anxiety about going to kindergarten and get them excited. And we also have a craft program that's appropriate for kindergarten age kids that they can use for show and tell, or at least to represent their first day of kindergarten.
Parents have a long list of things to do in preparation to get children off to school.
Lots of new clothes, new shoes, supplies. She's excited about riding the bus.
According to the U.S. Department of Education, a child who is ready for kindergarten should be able to pay attention and sit still, recognize the letters of the alphabet, and count up to 20. For more information about events at your local library branch, log on to afpls.org. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to hear from you about the stories and programs here on FGTV. Go to our website to take a survey, or email or call us. The number 404-612-8317. The email address is fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FGTV and friend us on Facebook. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.